If you could buy stocks in a single pro player today and hope to get a massive reward within 1 year's time, who would you guys go for? You could pick somebody like Peterbot, who's already at an all-time high, just won 5 FNCSs, or maybe somebody like Vico has got clearly way more potential in the future. Well, 6 months ago, I asked this exact same question and I decided to pick a very underrated player to place my bets on. And since then, he has popped off like crazy. He's more than doubled his PR, he has tripled his earnings, and he's just got 2nd place in FNCS Major 2. Who am I talking about? None other than the 17-year-old Dane, Chino. If you guys haven't heard of Chino, there's probably a good reason why. He is one of the most underrated players in the world and one of the best fighters as well. In this video, I'm breaking down his full W key strats from his W key game in the Solo Cash Cup, as well as 2 high-elo endgames, where Chino literally put on an absolute masterclass with how to play solos in stacked lobbies. So let's get into this with game number 1. How is everybody doing today? As you can probably see, we're doing some solo VODs, and we're going to be looking at the most underrated player in the world. Probably the start of the season, we'd have to give that title to Shark. He's gone on to win 2 solo cash cups. I think everybody knows that Shark is crazy. There's also some other underrated players. CZB right here. Obviously a very, very good player. Really good solo player. We got Cade, probably the most underrated controller player. We also got Sined is crazy. But we're going to be taking a look at Chino, as you guys can see right here. And I did a tweet at the end of last year, well, September last year, and I said, if you could buy stocks in one player for 2025, who would you pick? And I said Chino. And as you can see, Chino right here has gone on to have a crazy year. Look at this spike. From around like 60, 70k PR as a tweet, he's spiked up to 125k. He's doubled his stocks. He's also just placed 2nd in grand finals. Won the last chance qualifier, as you can see right here as well. That crazy last game, the last chance. Very, very tight at the end of FNCS as well, as you can see from the cumulative leaderboard. Like, it literally came down to last game, and unfortunately, Fedoxy died out the air when it was a bust. So he was like an inch, like less than a game away from winning FNCS. Like, he literally pulled a perfect zone last game, but Fedoxy died out the air, very unfortunately. Let's take a look at Chino. As you can see, he got a 24 kill win. He kind of messed up a few games. 24 kill win, 4 kill 4th, and then a 10 kill win and a 7 kill win to qual for Solo Cash Cup. So you guys play the Console Cup, or you want to get better at solos, you want to learn some solo strats for next season. I have a feeling, guys, that Victory Cups are going to come back. Don't tell me who told me. Don't ask why I got that feeling, but I got a feeling we got some good solo cups next season. So first off, we're going to watch how Chino fights and where he drops, where he does everything. Yeah, he's going this drop. This is the drop that Shark was landing at. As well as Peterbot lands here. I can't remember who else was landing at. A load of pros that. I think Bucky as well, maybe. Load of pros landing at this spot. Very, very broken spot, just because of the amount of mythic chests you get straight away. As you can see, double chug straight off the bat. Allows you to play straight for the train as well. Farms up these big rocks, so he has got mats. And then insta gets that mythic pump straight off the bat from this chest. Nice. Alright, bet. Let's take a look at Chino's fighting. Chino also, quick little shameless plug. I know he was crazy at fighting because he would always go crazy in like realistics and tokens and stuff like that. So I did a video with him for the Fighting Masterclass a while ago, like when we first dropped the Fighting Masterclass, like last year, end of last year. And I know he's crazy at fighting. Textbook this one? Yeah. It's basically the best strat to get high kill wins. I wonder what the strats will be like next season. And the train is staying, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if there'll be like a mythic and stuff on the train. Maybe there'll be like Darth Vader just spawning in with a mythic pump. Sneaking on boxcars. These people surely know there's people nearby. That guy's not looking too good. Yeah, short season, which is why I think we'll have a load of solo cups. Or why I believe we'll have a load of solo cups. At what skill level should you start W King first game in solos, do you think? That's a good question. I think depending on your skill level, it's normally better to just like get a 10 kill win or 8 kill win or something first game. Bunch of sneaks on him. This guy misses all of his shots. Smart plays, take out the bush, and a max. Nice. Daily cups. Oh, imagine daily cups. That'd be kind of goated. I'd actually love daily cups because playing tourneys is like just the best part about Fortnite, right, guys? Like, there's really nothing that compares to playing a good Fortnite cup. Gets the collateral AR. We saw No Riley do this strat as well. Basically, always getting the gold mythic collateral during last season. Yeah, I'd imagine they got something cooked up. Epic normally doesn't disappoint. I mean, what PR? I mean, PR doesn't really determine skill level. It just determines how good you do in cups. Which, I mean, it kind of correlates to skill level, but not entirely. Opponent tries to keen over, gets bleed through the collateral. Let's watch how he plays this fight. Oh, that guy seems decent though. It's at least like hitting shots. Nice. Nice. If you guys are wondering why 6 months ago I placed my bets on Chino, was because I just got done at the time recording a Fighting Masterclass video with him. And since we actually just updated this page to the Fighting Masterclass 2.0, Chino has actually increased his earnings by 50,000 since we last actually changed his text right here, which is absolutely crazy. If you guys want to learn from loads of underrated fighters, that's some of the best mechanical players in the world, as you can see right here, including Chino, Pablo Wingo, Chino's trio, as well as even Shark and Faded Pigeon, who just had really good grand performances, then go check out Fighting Masterclass 2.0. It's one of the best updates I've ever done for a masterclass, and there is tons of valuable information you can learn inside. And make sure to use code LAUNCH for the new update that we just dropped to get 25% off as well. What do you think correlates best with skill level? I mean, placements. Solo placements in specific. If you guys want to get better teammates, just focus on getting your solo placements up. In the last video that I did on Shark, and stream that we did on Shark literally just earned a load in solo victory cups. Like, he got his first earnings, carried on earning, and then eventually you get like good enough at the game where you can get good teammates from earning and, you know, placing. But over 600 strokes, nah, not when you got the coin. I feel like, especially when you're keying, like just having loads of splashes is so good. Nice little angle swap off the bat, little top control, bang. Nice. Nice peaks. There's a guy in NA West, or guy in NA with 0 earned who made the last 2 grands. Yeah, it's a bit tough. I'm a massive fan of victory cups. I think they're like the most healthy thing for the game. I like the ecosystem. That's a top control. That was a smart peak as well that he did. Oh my god, that guy just got maxed. That was a very smart peak. Let me go back a sec. That's one peak I've seen a lot of pros starting to do, is that like floor peak from above. So he runs over a bunch of people fighting, instantly starts W keying the guy top of the 60 tag. So this peak, so he does a double edit. But instead of just falling down into a 50-50 where the guy could, you know, hit the angel maybe, instead what he does is this edit right here to look where the guy is and then maybe get shot. For some of the opponent's POV, this is a very hard shot to hit. I know his head's peaking, but you really can't max it because your crosshair, as you can see, is bigger than the head hitbox. So you're probably going to hit the floor, maybe hit the top. It's a very hard shot to hit. And, I mean, yeah, he just uses it to run through the opponent. Very nice. Opponent beams him. Nice piece. Little side piece. Oh my god, this guy's getting worked. Little jump, and he gets his kill stolen. Unfortunate. When you play solos, you get beamed 150 every 10 seconds out of nowhere. That is probably bad awareness. If you're getting beamed and like cracked, that normally just means you got bad awareness. Not gonna lie. Gets up towards this other player. Hits the little chug jug real quick. He needs to reload his AR. Oh, this guy's crazy. Again, does that same sort of floor peak right there. What's that guy doing? Yeah, it's basically just bad awareness. Like, if you can get shot in the side or the back, then you probably just have bad awareness. Obviously, not all the time it's your fault, but most of the time it is. How do you avoid cheaters in solos? I'm not gonna lie, I think the only way to consistently avoid cheaters is like really deep playing Storm. Oh my god, this guy's getting pieced. But then as soon as you come in Storm, you can get W keyed. Like, I was making Cypher play Storm when I was coaching him last week in Opens, and he was avoiding cheaters the whole game. Then as soon as he comes in, he oh, nice peek again. Again, the double control from above. Oh, nice pre-fire. Then as soon as he came in Storm, he just got W keyed by cheaters, which is unfortunate. Rappen come through dead side. Nah, he was playing Storm from like up north and zone pulled full bottom left. As soon as he came out, there was just a cheater fighting him when he had Storm sickness. So if you play Storm till dead side, you can avoid cheaters though. Gets beamed by this other guy. They sort of trade even damage. It's very important, guys. One thing that Chino's doing in a lot of these fights is whenever you get beamed, keep your eyes on the opponent as you heal up. Because now he knows that this guy's not popped a big or popped splashes, you know? He knows the guy's just popped minis, which allows him to be a lot more confident doing his next play, which is jump in. Again, angle swap over, mythic pump replace, edit, reset bait, side piece out the side, like as you can see there. Shotgun replace, and then finish him off the AR. I've noticed so many pros doing that. They start from over here, and then they just swap, and then instantly the guy, you know, he's like indecisive about where to go. Nice play. Insta splash, baits out that he's going to do more splashes, and then there's a wide edit on this guy. Nice piece. Smart edit again. That's the little shark edit that we saw him doing the other day. Again, same edit. This edit is super, super good. When you're in the box, editing like this, because from the opponent's POV, as you can see, they're like here, they can't headshot you, so you can't risk dying. Also, like, if somebody can't headshot you, that means their crosshair probably has to adjust to hit you, because they're normally aiming towards the head, you know? Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the zones. Do you guys think the zones and grands are rigged? I swear it's got something to do with the new... There's like some new pub event or something going on. Like, there was like such an unbelievable amount of North zones. Trying to find people. WESP. Nice. Don't know, I actually have no idea how he heard that guy was there. Maybe the guy swapped guns, makes audio cue, or pulled out his pickaxe, maybe. You gotta be careful with stuff like that if you're camping. Did that... Okay, hold on. Before we think Chino start cheating, did that guy make an audio cue? Let's go watch his POV. Doesn't look like he did. I'm guessing Chino just guessed because it's kind of an obvious spot to camp, especially when there's you know, builds and stuff in the building as well. Yeah, if Chino did have ESP or something, he would have killed the people in the bush earlier. Like, if you're camping in a build like that, it's a good player is gonna know that there might be somebody in there, you know. Double control, bang, bang, nice. Very simple stuff. Bait the pickaxe so the guy leaves his box, and then just get doubles as he leaves. Now, if he hold on, just quickly, guys. If he was, he wouldn't do this if he was cheating. You know what I mean? He would know there wasn't somebody there. He would know the guy's already left. Right? Just nice. Same strat as earlier. Just angles up. So many people come. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Gets hit to low. Let's watch how he plays when he gets hit low. He seems to, you know what I think it is? It's like, if you play a lot of tokens or whatever, when you get beamed to low HP, you don't box up. Because if you box up, you like lose height and then you have mat disadvantage. Whenever he gets beamed, he always just cranks up. Again, gets beamed, just goes up layers. Now he boxes up because the guy's got height on him. Nice, gets the heals off that guy. Smart top row edit. Insta fights back as well because the guy's in his piece. Not hitting a lot of bangs right now though. That was smart as well. Right there, the wall was low, so he just pumps it and replaces it real quick. So the guy can't, you know, abuse the low wall. Also, this is smart. Hiding behind the cone above. You couldn't really do this in a early game fight because it's mid game and it's so dead. He can do this. If the guy was to go up and like re-aggress the layers there, he'd just get a free one pump, you know. Spots him now. Still, yeah. Oh. W aim from that guy. That was nice. That was a nice play. That was a very smart play. You guys see what he did there? He like was going from this way, flips this there, then side jumps out like that. That was kind of crazy tech. So maybe hit a little ledge jump shot. Very low on mats. Little mat chop out. Again, that's that same floor edit that we saw earlier. This floor edit from above like that. Very, very nice. One build left though. Nice. Hits a bang. How do you improve your awareness? It's a bit of a tough one because everybody just says, "Oh, I've got bad awareness," rather than like, "Oh, I die in this situation because of this." You know, you gotta be more specific with when you're dying. If it's like mid game, awareness of people camping, awareness of where people are moving. Yeah, zone wars is good for awareness. For like fighting and peace awareness, I'd recommend doing zone wars. I think that's helped me a lot. Little pre-fired bait out right there. Gets in the box. Nice movement. Same edit as earlier. That was nice movement as well. Any tips for a new IGL? I'm not gonna lie. I actually think IGLing is probably the hardest thing to improve at, right? What do you guys think? I feel like if you're just oh, this guy's getting pissed on. If you like never IGL before in any type of game or any type of sport even, you know, not like there's IGL in, you know, sport, but if you've never been like a captain or, you know, done like a vocal role, it's quite hard getting used to IGLing. Nice, well played. Nice angles on that guy. Yeah, some people just born to IGL and some just dump. Yeah, that as well, but like, the one thing I will say is you need to spend a lot of time watching VODs and, you know, learning stuff. This guy's getting pieced up. Very, very nice. Yeah, and also learning how to communicate. The one thing I think that holds back my IGLing, despite my game sense being pretty good, you know, from watching a lot of VODs, is my fighting IGLing isn't the best because I'm so focused on fighting myself, as well as my like ability to communicate while I'm playing isn't the best as well. It's like really bad. Like if you guys ever watch me try to IGL in an endgame, I literally just stop talking the whole time. It's quite bad. Again, the same edit for the little water place. That's kind of smart. Interesting play. Spots the opponent. Outsmart. You spotted the opponent through the third person peek, baits out the spray in the floor, and then it's a Ryan peek. That was really, really smart. Yeah, that's a good point. If you want to get better at gelling, don't just communicate what you want to do. Communicate your like thought process so your teammates understand your thoughts. That's a really, really good point somebody in the chat mentioned. Don't just learn how to say your plan. Learn to explain your plan, right? Oh, nice shot. You know? I say, oh, I think we should go this side because of this. And then that also allows your teammates to communicate with you and, you know, explain their all thoughts. Because your teammates can have good ideas as well. Even if they're not the best, like, smartest players ever, your teammate can have, like, different information, can have different knowledge that can help a play happen, you know? Top 4 situation. Having a hard time ending these. One time your IGO said follow me when he had invis coin. Yeah, that's like a perfect example. Like you have to explain what you're gonna do and why you're gonna do it if you're an IGO, not just, you know. Nice chop out again. Nice, that was well played. That's funny. Follow me, then your teammate just turns invisible and runs off. Alright, top 3 situation. Pretty standard stuff. Doesn't want to milk the 20 bomb right now. Again, like these kills aren't really that important right here, so if I'm getting the win, you know. For extra points. Okay, I just got maxed. Oh, that guy was maxed him at the end there. If that guy knew how to do a right and peek, just quickly, I'm going to explain something before we hop off. There is a best way of doing a right and peek that most pros sort of do it instinctually. You edit as you swing into the peek. Let me watch this guy's POV. This guy could have won this game. I don't know if he's a good player or not, but he could have. Like right here, look what he does. Instead of swinging into the edit, he just edits where he's looking, which doesn't give him a round peek. If he was to swing and then swing back, he would actually he'd have longer time to line up a shot. And also, if you look where Chino's crosshair is, it's not in the best spot to hit him when he's over here, obviously, and he's behind the peak. So there's a best way of doing right and peaks is you swing and then swing back. Or if you're already to the side, you would swing into it as you do the edit, basically. Bottom wall there as well. Yeah, I don't think you'd kill Chino, though, because he's 150. You have to kill him with that shot. But if he was, like, below 100, he could do a bottom 3 tile edit as well. So this guy, don't know who he is, but needs to work on his edit selection. And let's go and watch 2 high elo wins now from Chino. Nice. Nice shot, bro. The infiltrator, like the range on it is nuts. Chase this guy down the stairs. Very, very nice. Cool. Gold pump as well. Oh, I can feel the maxing coming, boys. And then this is what he does to avoid Oh, this is smart, bro. I need to copy these strats. This is what he does to avoid getting griefed and cheaters and stuff. Carries all the med kits and the extra bigs and stuff through. Checks there's nobody camping. You didn't know there's luck in Fortnite? Yeah, there's a hunt. Fortnite is probably the most like top tier esport with the most luck involved because of zones, because of chest RNG, because of other teams that you can't control. It's not like a, you know, a 5v5 shooter. It's, you know, 1 versus 99 or 3 versus 32, you know, like 100 other people. You can't control what other people do. However, the most skilled players overcome luck. If somebody's always moaning about being unlucky, chances are they're shit. Every death somebody has is because of luck. Chances are they are shit. This is a smart player as well, I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna like refarm all this, but he's just waiting to camp on somebody. Look at his loot as well. Yeah, like if the reason you don't qual every single solo cash cup is down to luck and not down to, you know, a mistake, chances are you're probably pants as well. I mean, I'm not qualling as well, to be fair, but just chances are. This is a nice little play, innit? Maximum rattage right here. Also, once you've cleared out like this much of the black market, you're always thinking, oh, the rest is clear, you know? But the guy sees it as well. Wow. Just gets him with the collateral. Nice. Okay, chilling. There's his max mats. There's his extra loot that he wants. What a bum. Is that a bum play, guys? If he goes to zone, especially at 200 point elo, chances are there's a cheater in this lobby, right? Let's have a look at the kills. Chances are there's a rage cheater running about. I mean, maybe this guy ain't, but I mean, at least one of these people is cheating. Like, surely. I don't know who they are, but is it Black Market's bum? Yeah, it's a little bit bum, but like, it's a good play. If you want to qual, if you don't want to get grief before endgame, if you want to avoid getting cheated on. Also, interestingly, he takes the gloves here. Spare med kit he knew about. Smart. Yeah, this is one thing I've seen a lot of pros do. You basically wait for these like later zones and then you come out of storm. All sprayed on the edge? Nah, because now look, when he comes out of storm, there's nobody here. So he's basically skipped out the whole zones from here to here, and then you can get in for free. You can also, if you have more meds and it's better zones maybe, you can play it until partial and then go dead side for the partial. But that requires like carrying medkits and stuff, which I mean normally you don't want to do. Got a quick question for you. You're on 7k PR right now, $400 earned, you play on the worst PC there is. Solos what would be easiest play, not a 90 FPS. Yeah, I mean obviously. If you guys want to get better, probably the easiest thing you can do is just upgrading your PC specs and getting a higher FPS so you can get a higher hertz monitor. That's like the fastest way of improving at Fortnite. Doesn't require any like learning or studying, or you literally just pay and you get a better PC. But first thing I did when I got my earnings from... Oh, that was not a smart play. First thing I did when I got my earnings from tourneys back in the day was just upgrade my PC, like just straight away, because I was playing with such a bad PC as well as streaming. I just upgraded my PC. Yeah, I don't know. If you can... Oh, nice little refresh. If you can upgrade your PC, it will be helpful. Yeah, it won't necessarily improve your mechs or, you know, your aim or anything like that. It will just help you play better. It'll help you play more like, you know, creative and stuff in an endgame, basically. Like, if you ever watch like Peterbot or something, like they're playing just a different level during endgames compared to most people. This loot stolen. It's all good there. Little bit of wood usage to cover his angles as he goes forward. Very, very nice stuff. Little stair slide right there. Forward one box. Very, very nice. Also, interestingly here, he's staying up layers, which is really, really important. Scouts out his rotate, scouts above, as well as scouts his like forward rotate right here. Very, very nice. And then now goes. Nice. Perfect rotate. Really, really important, guys. What did he do on this one rotate that made it successful compared to most other people? Is he broke it into 2 steps. Rather than, you know, just running the whole way down and boxing down the low and then trying to get in. He paused, good layer, good, you know, spot to pause. And then he did his rotate in 2 steps. Now also allows him to get to the best position possible on end of first moving. As you can see, we always talk about layers in endgame. Best position possible in end of first moving right here. Not being aggressive for a refresh. He's just sort of like trying to spray for a smart kill, potentially. Never mind, this guy's getting pieced. Nice. Now you can see how easy this rotate is because of that position. So what was... Hold on, let's just go back a sec before he started fighting that guy. Everybody in chat, write down what was good about Chino's position right here. Take a look at the zone. First thing that we got is he's on a high layer. right? Very, very important stuff. Let's zoom in a little bit. He is right here. He's on a high layer. Next thing is he did his rotate early enough, so he's not going to be getting held or fought or anything as he boxes up. Also very, very important. So as you can see, you want to avoid a rotate. We are like one of the last people coming into zone because that just means you're going to get held and box. Especially when you box up, you need to pop heals or something, you're just going to get fought every single time. So you need to avoid that. Like you can see right here, the guy boxed up, he's in fresh builds. Even though he's in a better layer, because he's a little bit late, that results in Chino spraying him and fighting him and all the rest of it. Next thing that's really, really important is, as you can see, Chino is towards an edge / dead side. Not fully dead side like these guys. As you can see, he's towards an edge and then he has dead side potential, right? So let's watch at zone swaps. He tries to fight this guy, doesn't get the kill. It's fine. Now as zone pulls, you can see it pulls down here. He's got this edge as well as, you know, he can get easily through to dead side if he needs to. Good layering again. Very, very smart. W refresh. Also, why did he get that kill, just quickly, is because of what we just talked about. Because he's early, being one of the first people towards, you know, where he was at, as well as being on edge, as well as being on dead side, kind of, allows him, you know, when somebody dies, he's the only one that spots the loot, and he's the only one that gets it. Very nice. Kills the guy from earlier. Nice. Now, also, he decides to play high layers. Another kill. Nice shot. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Do you think you should go for height here? I feel like the guy in height is scuffed. Look at that. Look at that zone awareness by me. Oh my days. This other guy's kind of stacked. Yeah, I feel like he should go for height in a sec. Depends on the pull, though. It really depends on the pull. Where does zone pull? Straight back. Now, what do we think? Very, very important to always, you know, be mindful of where zone is going to go if it's swapping soon. Pull straight back, which I think makes going for height really, really strong. Let's watch what Chino does. Is he listening? What does he do? Flips there, chop out height, 100 crack, take height. No, not quite. Just plays a nice little passive style, gets up players once again. Again, scouting out height. Doesn't quite go for it, though. He's really scouting it, though, and thinking about it. Maybe he wants to get another kill before he goes for it. Sticking to edge. This is another thing, quickly, guys, that I talk about a lot in solos, is staying on the same side of zone. So you remember earlier, he was kind of here. He rotated along like that, following my cursor. Now, as zone pulls back, he's not going to swap randomly to the other side, because that would be, you know, going into other people, that would be congested. Instead, remember, he's also got a couple kills from this side of zone. This means that this side of zone, especially when you kill people on it, is going to be more empty, more dead, make it easier for you to rotate. What's he going to do? Bat, high layer again. That guy just got shit on, unlucky. Surely now you go for height. Like, surely now you do. Spots height once again. Cranks up. Very nice. Perfect solo game or what? I like a textbook, you know, high mid-ground solo game. This is pretty good. Layering down here as well. Layering down is important, so you keep up like the structure damage and pressure on people. Yeah, and it allows them to get that refresh. Nice, it's huge. Top 3 situation. Shouldn't focus too hard on this guy, I would say, because there's probably somebody that could beam him from wherever. Kills that guy. I knew that guy was 1, to be fair. And then now he takes it nice and passive. All he needs to do is force it into a heal off, I'd imagine. He should know that he's 1 heal off here. Right? Builds a 2x2. This is what we call... I mean, you don't really do this in solo. You do this more in trios. I know he does this in trios a lot. Is doing a little airport strat. So you build a really wide base. So now, as this other person tries to fight him, he has, like, space he can work around with and use. Yeah. Waits for the guy to break. Oh, and just hits a max. Very, very important that you build that space rather than... If you just sit in a single box there, it's very easy to get pressured. But if you build 2x2, very hard for the guy to do anything. All right, nice. Perfect game from Chino. Last game, guys. 7-kill win. Nice. Well played. Playing Storm again. Nice. Another cheeky little camp. Right, he loves camping this. I'm not gonna lie. He's doing this every game. Zone X. But I don't think any pros got... Actually, no. I do know there was some pros for a while that did have... Or some players for a while that did have Zone X. But I don't think that was the case with... Zones normally are random. But whenever there's like some type of special event or there's a new POI or something like that added, zones always bias towards those areas. Do you guys remember in the season where Veno and Queasy, sorry, won 6 out of 12 in Grands? Literally, like, only one of the zones was top left. Every single other zone was in the new south area down here, and that obviously benefited them because they were landing in bottom right. Nice little refresh. Good patience. Guy dies. Again, insta go for the loot. No, not Malibu in the piece. Oh, Malibu can run out straight away. Based on first zones, it's easy to tell the game length. Yeah, like, literally one thing I do a lot whenever I'm, you know, IGLing or coaching is I just, as soon as first zone shows up, I just think about where zone's likely to pull. So, okay, let's just have a look at this zone right here, okay? Let's skip back to way earlier in the game before, like, when first zone shows up. I guarantee you it's kind of somewhat obvious. Yeah, look where the zone is, like, as you can see. There's some ocean, but not an incredible amount. Then if we skip forward a little bit, if we skip forward and wait for zone to close in, the really important one is first into second. If second was to pull max, that would tell you that it's going to be a flood of frogs endgame. But I bet you second pulls like a little bit back, but still north, right? Let's watch. Just like that. Yeah. So if we press battle map now, battle map shows all the zones. Let me whiz up real quick. So these purple things are all the zones. As you can see, first zone, second zone, third zone. And then as you can see, look, they're all pulling north. Then fourth bounces here. Fifth bounces back. So going away from the ocean. So that, in my mind, without being too, like, you know, 5 head or whatever, 3 are pulling north, the first 3, then back, back. That kind of tells you that endgame's, this one, the partial, is going to pull back, which it does. And then the next one pulls there, and then the endgame ends somewhere around here. Does that make sense, guys, or not? So 1, 2, 3 is pulling north, then it pulls back, back, and then back again. A little bit complicated. I've been watching Fortnite VODs, especially the new zones, for like every single day, so I feel like I've got a pretty good way of, like, you know, figuring out what's going on. Absolutely beaming, bro. Nice shot. A little refresh before endgame. Doesn't take the mythic pistol here. Takes the green collateral. Oh no, he does take mythic pistol. Never mind. I'm lying. I was going to say mythic pistol is too crazy not to take, crap. I saw Trulex, actually, and there was like some pro tourney. He was playing this pistol at the start of the season. Like a grey version of this pistol. This is smart as well. This guy thinks he's connected. He's going to grief him first moving. This is very, very 5-head play, guys. Why has he not chopped him out already? He wants to wait for the guy to be like spraying and not ready for it. Or somebody connects to him, though. That's unfortunate. No, he can still chop it, though. Or is he going to flank it, maybe? Now he does the chop. So now height is just max falling, right? Is it? No, it's not. I was going to say that guy's like connected it. Again, high layer. Scout and height really, really hard here. It's only 9 up as well. Nice. Add-on release on or not? I think it's probably the best setting to have on. Might be a little bit biased, but I think add-on release is really good. Shark on height. Hits the little bang. Shark instantly dips down to low. Nice. Good movement. Nice. There should be a free win at this point in time, right? I mean, like one refresh just set him up perfectly. But Shark is just nuts. Shark is just going crazy in this lobby. Less cheaters and farmers. It's a Tuesday. Yeah, maybe all the cheaters are at school. Gets conned on height. Insta just max cranks up. Pressures now also. Oh, this would be a good 1v1 to watch. All right, Shark versus Chino. 2 of the most... I mean, I think Shark at the start of the season was probably the most underrated player. Now I think we're going to give it to Chino. Let's see who wins. Chino's still got the map advantage. Grabs the front side tops. Nice. Well played there. He was baiting the edit, but he was also going to place this stare on Shark. Shark could play, bro, Shark had 15 kills. Could Shark have played that any different? Just because he's like forced to play low, like Chino's just suffocating him here, you know? Makes it very tough. Yeah, kind of rushes his edit. It's kind of, this is a situation, it's kind of hard to do a good edit here because if you go right in the corner, like your head's still going to be poking out because the ground, you know? It's not like actually flat ground. And then Chino just hits a little bang as he opens up with a pre-fire. Very, very good stuff.